When you want to hear about games and only games, look no further. This is the Games Only Podcast, your number one source for video game news, reviews, and opinions. With HP 1703.
In death, as in life, I shall honor my brothers.
Dr. Gumar.
The boss is here at last, boys.
And myself, Sunspot.
Fresh victim.
Games Only Podcast on iTunes and YouTube.
Hello and welcome to the Games Only Podcast, episode 27. I am your host for this evening, HP 1703.
Hello!
Wow.
Thank God he's not doing it for me.
And I am late because I am a prima donna with a huge ego. And I'm late for everything.
Oh, you're pregnant.
To my east, you ruined Sonny's joke. To my east, a man who's so late that he can only eat at Denny's or Taco Bell. It's Dr. Gumar.
Come on, man.
Hey, man, I could have a quadruple grilled cheese sandwich if I wanted to.
You could.
He's a man.
And to my south, and to my south and west.
Hello!
A man so late, he's taken 3 pregnancy exams.
There we go.
And he's got a,
I was going to say, I'm so late, my boyfriend has already left me.
It's Sunflower 4000.
Hello there, children.
Hello. Let's talk about games, shall we?
Yes.
I'm gonna jump right in with, patent pending, Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Doc, you picked this up.
Yeah, I got my paycheck from the settlement and everything. It was wonderful.
I'm still waiting on it.
Is this the Native American settlement? I don't understand.
That's because I kept your share, HP.
Oh, well, good for you. So, American Nightmare, have you played all of Alan Wake, by the way?
I have. I didn't play the DLC.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of DLC. I don't know why. I just like what's on the disc, and I go with it, and that's about it.
So
this was standalone, so I was like, okay, I got to pick this up.
So as someone who has played the original game but not the DLC, have you found yourself at all lost in the story, or is it easy to pick up? It's
pretty easy to pick up.
Okay.
They do a much better job, Sonny mentioned this last week, they do a much better job with the pages that you collect compared to the last game. So the last game, it was pretty much a foreshadowing of what's going to happen next. And in this game, there's a few of those pages like that, and there's also a lot of backstory. So it will tell you that, okay, well, this happens, this is what Alan Wake's feeling, this is why this comes back, talks about how he misses his wife and things like that. So it does do a good amount of backstory.
I actually happen to like the foreshadowing, just because it kind of filled me with a sense of dread. It's like,
I thought it was a bit too heavy, like giving out way too much.
You would have liked it to have kind of been interwoven with more of the kind of background story. Yeah, and also maybe just less pages from the first one, because like every single corner, they pretty much told you exactly what was going to happen. Chainsaw Dude's going to hop out of this, station wagon and try and kill you. It's like, oh, well, now I know if I see a station wagon, I got to watch out for Chainsaw Dude. You think as a writer, Alan Wake would be better with naming? Hey, Chainsaw Dude, that's a family name, all right? Chainsaw Dude. From the family Chainsaw Dude from Worcestershire. From the family dude. From the family dude. They have, their old money. So Doc, tell me, how are you enjoying the combat, and how are you enjoying American Nightmare? The combat feels easier to me. Okay. I don't know. I played the original so long ago, and I didn't play it recently like Sonny did, so I can't really compare and contrast. But like, I'm dodging dudes really easily, and
I can, because Alan Wake moves smoother.
Oh, okay. So it must be that blazer and sweatshirt that he lost that was really bogging him down. The flannel helps him move a lot smoother. But yeah, I'm loving the combat. It's really well done. I think it might be a bit too easy, though.
Okay. Are there difficulties?
I did not...
No?
No, I did not...
There are no difficulties in the story. However, in the arcade mode, which are the little standalone score attack kind of things, there are 2 different difficulty levels.
Okay. And the main game had like 3 or 4 different difficulty levels, if I remember correctly.
It had 2 or 3, I think. There was normal and nightmare.
Okay.
I always play on normal for whatever game I'm playing, because I just assume that's the one the developers wanted me to play. So
right.
That's the one I go for.
So you're finding it pretty easy. How far into the game are you, Doc?
I can't say because I don't know how far the game goes. I think I'm about halfway, maybe a little bit further.
So how many hours, how much time have you put into it?
Maybe 3 hours.
Okay.
It's about that long of a game, so I don't know why it's taken them so long. Maybe 4.
Well, I was eating pizza and, smoking stoves. What I do, I put it down, I go off, I walk back. That's how I get it done.
Okay.
And, I'm listening to they still have the same radio broadcast like they did in the original. They still have the same. So they don't have TV episodes because you're actually in an episode of Night Falls. Mm-hmm. So it'd be kind of weird to have an episode of Night Falls in an episode of Night Falls.
Night Springs!
Oh, yeah, Night Springs. I'm sorry. So,
It's the opposite
Bright Falls is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Bright Falls.
Yeah.
Because they're cheesy.
You
like that? The upset mother voice?
Yeah. I thought that was every troll on the internet, but I guess same thing. So it's a little on the easy side, but are you enjoying it enough to recommend it?
Yeah, I would. If you're a fan of the first games, I would. If it's not that much longer, I guess I'm pretty close to the end, according to the timeline. $15 is kind of pushing it a bit. Was it 15 or was it 10?
It's 15.
I don't know. I was throwing money all over the place. Might be kind of pushing it. I'm not entirely sure, but for a fan of the game, yeah, it's definitely not pushing it at all. For somebody new to the series, though, you can buy the original Alan Wake for $15. So I would suggest going to do that first before you buy American Nightmare.
I agree.
Okay.
Now, I finished the game, and I had heard a few rumblings about it not really holding up because they kind of reuse a few areas a couple times, which a lot of people would think would artificially extend the length of a game. I mean, nobody likes going to the same place twice or maybe more. But in this game, it did apply to the story, and I actually had no problem with the repeat. So that was cool to me. The arcade mode is good, but it's getting hard. There are rankings, 3 stars, and as you unlock more stars by getting special rankings and doing well, more stages open up, and then eventually there's nightmare levels. The thing is, it goes in a wave format where, oh no, the enemies are coming, get ready. On nightmare mode, the enemies are coming all the time, you can't get ready. And you're like, oh, well, alright. So, there you go. Really fun game, though. I liked it. I liked the story. The end was a little bit anticlimactic, but the rest of it was so strong, I didn't really mind. Highly recommended. 2 thumbs up my butt.
That is gross.
Fantastic.
So are you going to buy this shit, HP?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I loved Alan Wake.
Yeah, did you go ahead and start up the other one again? No? You didn't?
No, I have not yet. No.
All right.
I have not had time this week, my friend.
Well, Mass Effect's next week, so there's no way you're going to play it.
Another thing about this, too, is, like I said last week, of how collectibles actually mean something. If you collect a certain amount of pages, you can unlock better weapons that are in, these cases throughout the story. So, right at the beginning, if I unlock 3 pages, I can get a submachine gun instead of having to use a pistol. So I like that.
Oh, nice.
And there is story behind it, too, so that always makes the collectibles more enjoyable than just collecting feathers.
About the collectibles, there are 53 of them, and I got them all on my first playthrough.
Oh, wow.
Thorough. That's all you got to do is be thorough. Be very thorough. There's not anything really secret, just
You may have to go out of your way a little bit, but the nice open-ended nature of the game means that you can take your time and look at everything, but I ended up getting all of them near the last leg of it, so that was when I wrapped it all up.
Wrap it up.
I am thorough. I am nothing if not thorough.
It won't be frustrating for you, unlike other games where you basically need a guide. This is not that game.
Yeah, they show up on the mini-map sometimes, like a little blurb. Technical term, a blurb.
You're a little blurb.
Thank you.
Boom. Served.
Over.
Okay, so that's American Nightmare. Doc, have you been playing anything else?
I played some Marvel with Sonny last night.
Yeah, we played some Marvel.
Now, did you play Ultimate or the...
Oh, Ultimate.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
and he had fun.
What?
He had
Eventually. Well, see, the problem was they know it was against him and friend of the show, Snake. And they both know that I suck at the game. Who doesn't know that?
You're not that bad. I'm serious. You have great basic skills in which you can apply to any fighting game, and you did that in that. It's not like you memorized combos or anything like that, but you have that. You have that fighting skill in you.
I don't believe in combos, which really kind of ruins me in a lot of games. But that just means that I got to try that much harder to be the big chief. But at the beginning, I could tell that they were going easy on me for a reason, and I was like, "Come on, man, let's get stupid. Let's get stupid." There's no because you can't learn from a fighting game if the other people aren't playing for real. Sure. I mean, really, who expects to learn? To do that, you got to be absolutely misled. I mean, it's crazy. But we had some fun. I picked the blackest team on the planet by choosing every character with the darkest skin that I could possibly give.
Volcano-colored Akuma.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's a charcoal briquette. I mean, what can I say? They colored him very black for that. But
wow.
Somehow won around, and all right, and things just picked up, and it was a pleasant time. It was fun. One thing I do want to mention is that I also managed to get my computer so it will stream gameplay and my voice at the same time.
Yay.
So no longer is it a silent gameplay stream of just the game.
Of a webcam footage of your TV screen.
Well, I never did that, but you can actually hear me cry and get upset when things don't go my way. So that's a cool new little bonus, and I'm trying to apply that to a few things. I've been talking to another friend of the show, Locke, about doing a Demon Souls weekend marathon where we both start at the same time and the first person to beat the game wins.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and if we could get that both video feeds on the same stream, that would be sweet.
Ooh, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
But no cheating.
No cheating. I mean, people can view the whole thing and they'll see it happen, so.
Yeah, we'll see Sonny invading Locke's world and killing him.
Oh, would it be worth my time? I think so.
I don't know, man. Locke's pretty good at the whole invasion thing. He'd probably just take off his shirt and run around with 2 samurai swords and chop off your head.
True.
We will see what happens, but definitely a interesting development in the world of Sonny's stupid life.
Or also, all the viewers can try and invade you at the same time.
Oh yeah,
we could put a bounty on your head. Locke could put a bounty on your head, so he could win.
Yeah, so slightly back on topic. How much online have you been playing, Doc? The Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. The last time we talked about it, you were playing a lot of the challenge mode, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't have as many games as I did with the original Marvel, but I think I might have about 150 ranked matches in this.
Holy crap.
Probably about the same amount just playing with Snake, just for casual fun time.
Ooh, casual fun time. You're both in smoking jackets?
And slippers.
Oh, casual fun time.
Well, it's nice because we all can just play different characters, and that's the fun part about a cast a big cast size like Marvel has. There's 50 characters, so you can all switch it up and have unique 3-person teams, and that's why I like playing with friends like that instead of having to always pick my best team and going against this other guy's best team and then getting upset, crying.
I like friends.
Yeah, friends.
So, how would you say the netcode is? Have you had any frustrations with playing over the internet
every once in a while you're going to get a connection with somebody with shitty internet, so you'll have some problems, but most of the time it's pretty standard, and when I play with friends it's usually stellar.
Fantastic.
And the nice thing about Marvel is that it's not very timing important compared to other fighting games in which you have to hit this button at this time to make a combo, because there's a buffering system, so you can hit the button ahead of time and it's still going to be okay. So you don't really notice a lot of even minor latency. You'll notice when the frame rate drops 5 frames per second and it's lagging a lot. But the minor latency you won't notice at all.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else?
Some more MLR. Grinding away. Very long game.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I've said all I've said about that game.
So okay. Some DLC on the way in late March.
Doesn't matter. Not going to get it.
All right.
Interesting.
The game's more than enough. Like I said, I don't really buy DLC that often.
Interesting.
I don't even have the character DLC for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't have Jill or Shuma.
Eventually,
I went to the screen last night. I'm like, should I buy them? Oh, no, because I have to go out of here.
They're $5 a pop, aren't they?
I have to go to the Xbox dashboard and then come back in. I have no idea how much they are. But I have a bunch of extra credits from me putting money into my account before buying American Nightmare, so I got cash to burn, and I ain't spending on T-shirts because I got American Nightmare hoodie.
There you go. Hey, you know what they should have done with Marvel? Free to play, you purchase characters. Bada bing, bada boom. That'd be a beautiful thing, because then people could sample them just in training mode, say, for instance. Just training mode, you get all of them. But you want to play online, you want to play against your friends, you got to purchase.
League of Legends model.
There you go. That sounds, hey, why not? I mean, that'd be cool, wouldn't it, with a big cast like that? Then you could say, oh, my name's HP, and I only want to spend $15 on this game. I want to be Captain America and 2 other dudes.
And the Punisher. Yay!
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 And the Punisher as Captain America.
And vice versa.
Captain America does have a Punisher outfit.
Yeah, it's sweet as hell.
At one point, the Punisher takes Captain America's shield and is
with
Captain
good
America.
Reason. He would have been a great Cap.
Well, so I mean, there's
except for the whole
it actually happened in the comic books. This is not games. So
well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Do you think that the that model would?
Oh.
Do you think that model would work in particular because this game kind of already came out?
Well, I'm
you know what I mean?
saying, the reason that I thought of it was just because there are so many characters to choose from, and there's a few that I never touch and never plan on touching. And I think that it would be cool to have just like this really low barrier of entry so that people could get on and get their business happening.
Yeah, I actually think because this game, essentially Marvel vs. Capcom 3 already came out.
God.
I don't care. I don't
he's
care
dead.
about words.
He died.
Good. I'm gonna eat your pizza. I'm gonna walk your dog, and I'm gonna
Go ahead.
game your podcast.
What kind of sex are you gonna have with my roommate? I know you've got something lined up.
It will be beautiful, and it will last as long as she wants.
Scented candles, Earls.
Candles.
Earl her up.
It'll be like Christmas.
Scented candles and a boxing glove.
Maybe a feather duster.
You've been to the Steno house on Christmas, haven't you?
The dungeon, we call it.
Okay. Right. So is that all you've been playing this week, Doc?
Yeah, I say is that not enough? What have you been playing, sir?
Not much, my friend. I have literally only had time to play Twisted Metal, the David Jaffe vehicle. Ha ha ha. Hey, thank you. And Sonny, ironically enough, Sonny and I both rented it this week.
We played it for one day.
And played it for one day thanks to a Redbox special whereupon you could get one game for one day for free.
Did you play together?
We did not. because I
Because you can't.
Online pass?
There is
That's
an
right.
online pass, so unfortunately, I'm going to preface me talking about Twisted Metal by saying there's really no point in renting it because of the online pass thing. Unless you have someone, you can still do like a local multiplayer. So if you have someone you can play with locally, it might be worth a rent. But yeah, the online pass is really where you want to be in this game. So we played the single player campaign, I guess is what you would call it.
Let me boil this down to somebody out there just real quick. The story's crap. The game is crap except for the actual stages that aren't unfair. It forces you in the story mode to play as certain people. You don't get a big choice like you did in previous Twisted Metals where I'm like, oh, I wonder what happens to Axel. I'm going to play as Axel. Nope. Got to go in order. Got to be Sweet Tooth stupid ass. But you can choose what vehicle you want to be in. But it forces you through these different stages with different stipulations to them, like, oh, this is a free-for-all, or, oh, you got to defeat this gigantic-ass semi, and he spawns evil dudes, and you're going to get pissed. And you're like, okay.
Sunday.
Might as well be like that. And it would be a lot nicer if I could just dick around in other people's story modes and maybe do something else if I'm stuck on a stage that I don't really want to play. That's all I'm saying.
Did you get stuck on a stage?
No.
Okay.
But I like the option, all right? I like the option.
I think
All
H
right.
was about to call you a pussy if you got stuck on a stage.
No, that's fine. So I don't think Sonny got as far as I did. I played the entire Sweet Tooth campaign, and Sweet Tooth's campaign bleeds into Mr. Grimm's campaign, and then Dollface's after that. I think there are only 3.
See, man, Dollface was cool in the old games. Because it had that... Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of whoever was in the big-ass semi. Darkseid, was that his name? Twisted Metal Experts?
I don't recall.
Yeah.
I was the cheap bastard. I played as Minion, the big old tank.
Really?
And then Warthog when I couldn't play as the boss.
So, full disclosure, I played Twisted Metal about 3 times in college. I never had a PlayStation, so I played it a couple times at a friend's house. So this is essentially kind of my first real Twisted Metal experience. And they have... The cool thing is they have a training mode where you can go in as any vehicle, and it kind of walks you through what all the buttons do and what the specials do for that particular vehicle. So if you're new to the game like I am, you can go into the training mode and kind of get a fairly okay tutorial on how everything works. The real meat of Twisted Metal, however, is being able to chain like the freeze with your different weapons, and yeah, it's right. There's a whole other level of strategy to the game that you really don't get in single player, because the AI pretty much does the same thing over and over again. So I just run at them, drive at them.
Technically, I mean, it's
Guns.
a technically sound game, and it's still fun to play.
Yes.
And it's one of those rare games where, I mean, I didn't get a chance with the multiplayer, and apparently it's still pretty fucked, and people are having lots of trouble with it, so thank goodness for that, but your mileage may vary. It's still a really solid game, and it's not bad by any means. It's definitely better than Black, and it feels good, but at the same time, I got other stuff to play. You were worth the $0 I rented it for, and it was okay, but I don't really feel the need to go back to it.
Would you rent it for the $2?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
okay.
It's fine. But I'm not going to be pushed. The only time I'm going to pick this game up again is when it's $11 by GameFly, and that's about it.
Yeah, I kind of think you have to buy this game, and I don't think that I would spend $60 on it.
See, I like to play casually. I like to say, all right, I want to pick the stage, and I'll pick a handful of people to fight against and just have fun. That's what I want to do. I don't want to play online necessarily and do that well. I don't need a stupid-ass story mode with a movie that is so pretentious. Good God, is it pretentious. It thinks it's this incredible thing. It's not. It's Twisted Metal. Your characters are shitty. Your story is shitty.
Okay.
Well, it's just like, we're going to do a lingering shot of the road and have someone do a monologue.
It's in a grindhouse style. I mean, it is kind of a B movie by design.
Well, they couldn't do any other style for that game. If they tried to be a serious story, it would be terrible.
The style fits, and yeah, Sonny's right. And in a very real way, it's a terrible movie. But I kind of liked how bad it was. I kind of liked it.
Well, the thing was, like, I didn't want to watch it. I just wanted to try the game. I didn't.
You cannot
skip those.
The
story is such an afterthought.
Or can you skip those? I don't.
Oh yeah, you can skip them.
Okay.
I skipped them eventually.
Okay.
After I sat there staring at the pavement, and then it's like, oh, there's a woman who's tied up. Oh no, sweet tooth evil. Who gives a shit? It's a game about car combat. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So this game to me is in a category with like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, where if I'm with a bunch of people and we're all playing it, it'll be a lot of fun. But I think in any other respect, it's just not interesting to me.
Very well could be.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's like a dorm game. It's a dorm room game.
It feels like a game that's kind of stuck in the past, but it doesn't suck because it's stuck in the past. It just it doesn't have as big of a draw as games used to, I guess. I don't know. Something isn't hooking me like the other ones used to. I think it's character select.
And honestly, I think it's because I'm not in college where I can play with a bunch of people.
You are in college.
That's
Step
true.
your game up.
Step my game up. I need to pay attention to what I do with my day, apparently.
I'll tell you about the first Twisted Metal if y'all want to hear a story about when I was younger. I was probably 15.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
I was working in the supermarket, all right?
Working in the No, I wasn't. This was pre-job, so I was 15, and we were going over to my friend Anna's apartment. She was living with this dude named Jeremy, and he had a PlayStation. I didn't have a PlayStation at the time, but a friend of mine did, and I'd seen a little bit of Tekken, and I was like, oh, wow, crazy. I just see him driving around these empty-ass streets, and I remember it like it was yesterday, because all I could think about was, damn, that game looks really fun. Can you, like, drive anywhere? Short answer is no. But as I was thinking that, all I heard was, I let him fuck me in the ass, that way I'm still a virgin. And that's when I was like, oh, you can do that. My friend Anna was talking about her boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And her rectum, I figured that out.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yep.
But I was just watching Twisted Metal, and I was like, you know what, that's cool too. Maybe I need a PlayStation, and not long after that, I ended up getting one. Yeah. I did not get
that way I don't come over to this house anymore.
And I also had some anal sex. Not really, though. Anyway, that's my story on the first time I ever saw Twisted Metal. What's yours?
That's fascinating.
You guys remember?
Not quite as memorable, because nobody was talking about, sodomy.
I was at a friend... So I did playwriting in college. I guess.
Like you wrote plays, or you were a playwright?
Yes.
Same
thing.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure? All right,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, so one of the other guys in my class, who was old, I think he was a senior and I was like a sophomore, and he lived off campus, which I thought was super cool because nobody lived off campus at Albion.
Oh man, that means they must have money or deal drugs.
Probably both.
Probably.
Money from dealing drugs. All right.
So we walked all the way to his place with a couple people from my playwriting class, and he popped in Twisted Metal, and we played for a while.
And then everyone started acting.
And then everyone started acting.
And then you want to know how you can unlock Billy Shakes.
Billy Shakes?
Yeah.
I don't know who
it's the street term
That's
for William
Billy
Shakespeare.
Elliot, bro.
William Shakespeare's Billy Shakes. You don't know that?
No.
My lord.
I'm pretty sure
How dare you?
The heroin addict I used to walk past in Chicago was named Billy Shakes.
That's because he had the shakes, dude.
Oh, okay.
Billy Shakes and Benny Franks. That's Benjamin Franklin.
Benny Franks. I think eventually we should talk a little bit about the Assassin's Creed reveal
Benny
stuff.
Franks the Revenge?
Yeah, Benny Franks the Revenge.
We'll talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah. So that is literally it for me, unless you guys want to talk about my midterms or
what?
Program.
Let me ask you a couple questions about your midterms. Not that anyone else is really... I mean, they want to hear about games, but we'll just be quick. What was the midterm subject that you were dealing with?
Well, I had two.
You can list them, please.
Okay. So the first one was essentially C programming. It's kind of it's it's kind of an assembly language class.
You can tell he's an English major.
Kind of an assembly language.
he's not going straight. It's C programming. Next one is on this.
Well, it
one?
wasn't C programming because that's not the focus of the class, but that's kind of as far as we've gotten so far.
Oh, if you're learning assembly.
The other one was kind of lower level, like logic gates and carry ahead at was the kind of big question. So all that crap inside your computer that nobody cares about except for engineers, that's kind of what that one was about.
All right. And you did poorly?
I did poorly on two. Did well on the other one.
Okay.
Silence.
All right. No, we're here.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that's all I would need to know.
Fantastic. Riveting for all who listened. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. I did play some Dead Island with Locke, but
do you ever call it Dylan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Things go
the island.
Dylan.
Yes. And we're slowly working our way through that game. I think we'll probably finish it.
Speaking of slowly working your way through things, let's talk about the games that I've been playing.
Sounds good.
Okay. I've been playing Dark Souls again. What a mistake that is. That's really all I'm going to say about that.
Well, you're enjoying your time, right?
Yeah, it's a great game. Game of the generation, man. One of my favorites. No doubt.
All right.
Hands down. Easy. You didn't happen to play any of that, did you, HP?
Nope.
All right. I did rent the Darkness 2 from Gamefly. What's surprising to me about the Darkness 2 is how memorable its characters are, despite having a game that I haven't played in 4 years. I still remember these assholes, and they're very, very well written. They're memorable, like Jimmy the Grape. I'm just like, oh yeah, him. And then the Butcher, what's his name? I was like, yeah, I remember him like yesterday, because his name's Butcher something. I still remember those dudes, and I still remember what happened. And it's really weird because the Darkness kind of lives in its own little universe, and I know that doesn't really sound like much because we're talking about video games, and a lot of them are standalone. But something about the world of the Darkness feels very isolated from other games, and like it doesn't try to pull any mechanics from any other games for the most part. I mean, it doesn't directly ape any of them. It's just like its own self-contained little thing, and it's always really good, but when you're done with it, you walk away from it, and you're like completely cutting yourself off from it. You're like, all right, and I'm not going to think about this again. It's very weird how it does that to me. So I've been playing some of that. Gunplay is mediocre. The tentacles are rapey, and it's really what you would expect.
Sounds like a good time.
Well, you know, and this was one of those games that I was testing my stream with, and everyone's like, oh, man, this is surprisingly gory. And I was like, you know, because you're like wishboning people, ripping them in half, and drinking blood and eating hearts. Hey, you know, nice stuff.
Right.
But
Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah, and everyone who is in the game, for the most part, is a fantastic caricature of a New Yorker. Just a lot of fun listening to them talk in their exaggerated voices. Yeah, it was Jimmy the Grape.
Oh, look at this freaking guy.
Hey,
how you
busted
doing?
My balls.
Joey Bag of Donuts.
Joey Bag of Donuts.
I'm Dr.
Stand up to the door.
Look at this fucking guy.
Making, you know, horrible cliche mob jokes, like someone's taking a piss. He's like, you want to help me with that? Doctor says I can't lift anything too heavy.
Oh. Hey,
you know.
yo. You're a funny guy.
Look at this funny guy.
it's fun to get into a mobster role and be basically, hey, it's time to kill people, and by the way, fuck all you other families, I got demons coming at me. So it's kind of neat like that. I'm not too terribly far into the game, but that's a game that the gameplay's not going to really grab you, but the visuals, they're slightly cel shaded, which is kind of cool because it does come from a comic book, and who knows what they're going to throw at me. It's going to be neat. It's a neat game so far, very neat, and it's already been half price on Steam, so hey, that's cool.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
Now. And the last thing I've been spending my time with is a free game. Oh no, don't turn off your radios. A free game? Why would I play that?
Who this man?
It's got achievements because it's on Games for Windows Live.
Also, welcome to our new radio listeners. WNBC.
What are you talking about?
You said turn off your
stroke.
You said turn off your radio.
Hey, I dream big. It's
All right.
going to be on the radio.
WNBC.
WNBC. The last game I've been playing has been Microsoft Flight.
What?
Which is free. Microsoft Flight, which is a sequel of sorts to the Microsoft Flight Simulator series that is still apparently going strong. It is free. You have to download it from the Games for Windows Marketplace, which means sweet, delicious achievements if you're a dork like me.
Dorks.
This is, for those of you who are not familiar with the Microsoft Flight Simulator series, it's the Railworks of planes, where you sit in a cockpit and you can start pushing buttons.
Those not familiar with Railworks, it is like being on a train.
Exactly. Being in charge of a train.
Now that we got that cleared up.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got something stupid to say. I'll listen.
It is the NASCAR the game of train game.
It's like playing basketball at the park.
It's like the Tiger Woods.
Who are these amateur video game broadcasters I'm speaking to that don't know about Railworks?
Hey, we skipped Railworks and went straight to Railworks too, okay?
Alright, so...
Now know that baby Railworks. Railworks 2, motherfucker, right?
Alright, so the previous games you could fly across the entire world. They did the geography, stuff like that. So if you felt the need, you could hop in your plane and say, I want to leave from Sydney, Australia and fly to California. And you can fly the actual route, which is kind of neat if you're one of those people that want to relax. This new one, unfortunately, does not have that ability. They have only given away for free one of the islands in Hawaii that you can fly around. And
Which
that's
island?
Still okay. What?
Which island?
Hawaii.
Which island in Hawaii is
Hawaii. There is a
Oahu?
Hawaii island.
Oahu? Kauai?
Hawaii.
Okay. Okay.
No, not the whole thing. Hawaii Island. One of them.
All right.
One of the islands is called Hawaii. I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
But I may be wrong.
To the Google.
I'm also going to Google. Anyway,
right, so
continue talking, honey.
the largest island, which is probably Oahu.
Oahu.
Think about it.
Anyway.
They give that to you for free.
Oh, fantastic.
And you can fly around. You can do whatever you like, whether you want to do little training missions or if you want to just fly around on your own and do stupid shit, like try to land in the middle of a town, like I did, and eventually end up flying through a river. It's doable. You can totally do that. You get experience for achieving different things. Not a big deal. Just unlocks different planes and stuff like that.
Like flying through a river? Is that an achievement?
No, it's not. But it was just a mistake that a young journeyman pilot like myself thought might be cool if I rolled down a hill and saw what happened. Huh. Anyway.
So you tried to plane like Railworks. Okay, the difference between a plane and a train is that a plane can go in the air, and it likes to stay up there.
I think the large island is Hawaii.
Podcast do not get the concept of Microsoft.
I think you're right, Sonny. I apologize. I believe the largest island is Hawaii. The capital is on Oahu. Honolulu's on Oahu.
I'm looking at this now. It's called the Big Island.
Well. I have bags, a bag in both hands, filled with balls and dicks, and y'all can eat them. So they give you... They give you Hawaii Island in that case. It's not Oahu. To fly around and dick around in, and you can purchase, and I don't know for how much because I'm not really interested in purchasing anything just yet. You can purchase the other Hawaiian islands to just go island hopping. If you want to fly, hey, there you go. Fun times. I imagine that eventually they'll give you the whole world to choose from. Or you can purchase like South America, stuff like that. The game looks like dog shit in certain areas, which kind of surprises me. Real muddy textures sometimes, really, really muddy. But it still gives you a nice sense of flight, and it's fun to just stick around with, and for free achievements. I say give it a try. Just try it out. There is also another feature called, I believe, arrow caching, which if you're familiar with geocaching, they put a little spot on the map, and you go to the geocache, and you say, oh, I found it, yay. Arrow caching, they give you a location that you have to research online on Bing Maps to find the actual spot. It's integrated with the game so that once you find it on Bing Maps, you can fly to it in the game.
Interesting.
But you have to actually literally fly there. Well, not literally, you're not flying, but you have to literally play the game to fly there. How's that? So
how many different planes are there?
I don't know, but more of them get unlocked as you progress, and there's quite a few of them as well. I remember having lots of trouble trying to start a 747 in the older games, so I don't think plane selection is going to be a weak point. I think there's plenty of them.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's interesting, and it's worth trying out if you've got nothing to do and you want to see what it's like to play Railworks in the air.
Now, do you have a flight stick?
Negatory. Those died out for me in about '89.
I think they died out for most people, but I thought so did the Flight Simulator game.
My uncle still has one because he plays the flight simulators.
Yeah, the people that really love flight sim games have their own crazy-ass setups. It's like they won't play any other games, but they'll play the shit out of this, and they will spend $3,000. It's like those real sad no-life people that play Gran Turismo 5 with, like, 3 monitors set up in their own little room and a seat to sit on that has the pedals and all that.
Yeah, the
head tracking and stuff, sure.
Yeah, those people that don't have anything better to do with their lives. But, it's kind of like that, and it's normally older dudes that have grown up with the series that do that. So, I don't know. It's cool, and like I said, it's free, so give it a try. I won't say the story's compelling, but I will say it's fun to play.
There's a story?
No, there's not.
No,
okay.
Yeah, that's
the joke.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's not a joke if you have to announce that it's a joke, Sonny.
Wow. All right.
How about this next segue?
Are
you done, Sonny? Is that all you've been playing?
I've been watching Logan's Run. That's a great movie. Trying to think anything else I've been doing, but coming up blank. Been reading some comics, and that's about it.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
It's a living.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the Assassin's Creed 3 has had some leaked images, and kind of the setting has also been leaked. And I know, Sonny, you are really excited for Assassin's Creed Revolutionary War.
As a friend of the show, Top Hat, would say, I have a revolutionary boner.
Ye old boner.
So,
I'd like to clarify for a lot of you who may not understand the distinction. This is not the Civil War. This is the Revolutionary War that was much earlier than the Civil War. This is the one where we killed the British.
Ye old British.
Yeah. So, right, we're talking about the mid to late 1700s.
That's correct, and that is confirmed. The game's going to go over roughly a 30-year period. There's been a few details leaked as well. I'm not sure if you saw those, HP, did you?
Oh, insofar as I have seen some images. I haven't really seen any details.
Okay, well, here's some of the details about the game. They've made it so that they're going to have around 1,000 people on the screen at once. They've made some massive leap in their technology that they've made. Could be cool. They said that in the previous Assassin's Creed games it was kind of about how you would visit historical places. This one has you visiting historical events and how they play out, which is kind of interesting. And for those of you who don't know, this is not the same. This is not a one-year game. as soon as Assassin's Creed 2 was finished, the team started working on Assassin's Creed 3, and they've had 3 years to work on it. Asbro and Asrev, those were made by many different teams and had no effect on this whatsoever.
Interesting.
And I'd also like to add in that, yes, there will be buildings. God, everyone thinks that everyone lived in a mud hut over here. Some bullshit. No, you're not climbing wigwams or anything like that.
Well, okay, so right. So my enthusiasm is quelled, one, because I would have preferred Victorian England. I think that would have been more interesting.
Shit.
It's not the same old
it's
shit.
It's because you wanted to kill Billy Shakes.
I wanted to kill Billy Shakes.
And we want to kill Betty Franks.
Name for me how many games have actually dealt with the Revolutionary War in America. Not very many. So I think that's pretty fresh, man. Fresh to death.
Funky fresh to death.
To me, this feels a little like pandering to the audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
So the box art that you saw did not have a crying bald eagle on it.
Now, what's wrong with pandering?
That's pandering.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like this game will probably sell really well in the United States, but I don't know how interested the rest of the world is going to be in.
You know what? That's a really good point. And I had asked a few people today. I said, "Is this American ego of mine?" Because these were Europeans. I asked. Mm-hmm. I said, "Is this American ego when I say that yes, I think that America's Revolutionary War is one of the biggest events of the whole world? I mean, because it really is the birth of America." And America's pretty damn big today, so I would think that would be important. And they're like, no, it is important. But I think that the reason some people and some turncoats that maybe want Victorian England, who have shamed their own country,
should never be allowed to return.
It's kind of like when Grand Theft Auto announces its new setting. Everyone's like, oh, why did it have to be there? It should have been here. This is much more interesting, even they're not writing the story.
Yeah, in that IRC channel, everybody like that wanted it somewhere else. They normally wanted it in their own country, because everybody thinks their own history is that much interesting. So
and they should have had it in Copenhagen, Denmark, because we've got actually some really cool buildings.
No, sorry. Yeah. I don't care.
I don't see what's wrong with pandering to the crowd, HP. I mean, what's wrong with that?
And I don't really think it's so much pandering as
it's not like they picked New York City in like 1992.
It may look like pandering, but this really is legitimately where the story was headed anyway. So I don't know what to say.
Right. I think having said that, if you talk about the overall story of Assassin's Creed, about the pieces of Eden and the kind of the power that these certain historical figures have had, it kind of makes sense to have something like that in the birthplace of America. There's eventually going to have to be a bad guy. So
and that's Britain. No, I'm kidding. It'll be the Templars, and who knows? If you kept up with the previous Assassin's Creed games, you'll notice that George Washington in a photo had the Apple of Eden as well. So even though a little bit of detail was spilled that you will be working for George Washington, it doesn't necessarily say if he'll be good or evil through the whole thing, but I ain't killing no George Washington.
Okay, so
I ain't doing that.
Who would you like to kill from Revolutionary America?
I honestly don't care, but I can guarantee both of you, Crispus Attucks is going to be in this game. I know you've given me shit about him before. Said that he wasn't real, whatever. Crispus Attucks. He's going to be in this.
Crispus Attucks.
Crispus Attucks.
I look forward to. I think they can make Ben Franklin. Benny Franks is one of the characters from the Revolutionary War period that I would love to have a chance to talk to. Whenever they say like, "Who would you like to have dinner with?" or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Ben Franklin would be a supremely interesting motherfucker.
He's just going to have dumb one-liners like, "A penny saved is a penny earned, young man," and then that's it.
No, he was the ambassador to France. He used to go over there, get totally drunk, and have like orgies with French women.
And he wanted turkeys to be the national bird.
That's brilliant.
Turkeys.
They're delicious.
Because he's a fat
They're
fuck.
fucking delicious. You're a fat fuck.
All right.
Yes.
All right, guys. Benjamin Franklin has been confirmed to be in the game, and they've also said that he will not have a role like Leonardo da Vinci did in the previous games.
Boo.
So he's not going to be a crazy inventor. Well, look at this, sir. Look what I've put together. It's a steam engine carriage with guns on the front.
Here's this electricity I just caught for you. Go do some good work.
Now your double blades can shoot lightning. Oh,
don't fly this kite.
For some reason I sound mildly like Jimmy Stewart.
It sounds like you're shaking your cane at all the young people on your lawn.
I think you can expect some things like Paul Revere. I bet you'll probably see him, or maybe even play his mission.
Okay, right.
Know.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Paul Revere actually died, and you have to carry on the flame.
Oh shit.
Oh, and I got the worst news ever, HP. Like, this isn't confirmed, but I can almost guarantee this is going to happen. You're going to have to find all 85 Federalist Papers as collectibles. I'm sure of it.
That would
horrible.
That would be hilarious.
Worst collecting item ever. I hated those things.
I would love if you had to assassinate an assassin who was trying to destroy the signing of the Declaration of the Independence or something.
Yo, dog. I bet it was Herbie Hancock.
John Hancock.
It's Herbie Hancock. So yeah, we can expect all sorts of fun stuff, and us being American, it does appeal to us. I won't lie, because we have at least a cursory knowledge of American history, and it's going to be really cool to go back and see that shit.
Yeah, and one of the things is that has always been kind of my concern about Assassin's Creed games is setting it in some kind of location where guns are prevalent. And even though there are guns in the Revolutionary War, they're the single-shot muskets, so it's like...
That war was mostly won through karate.
That's also very true.
Well, everything can be won through a decent amount of karate.
That's also very true.
If Mr. Miyagi has not taught us anything, it was that.
They also said that you play a mixture, a half Native American, half white. Yeah.
Did you just call him a mixture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What? He's a mix. They mixed Native American mixed with
multi-ethnic.
No, there's just two. Bi-ethnic.
That's okay. So,
oh, it's you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? Interesting. So this won't necessarily have to do with Brotherhood or...
Oh, no. I mean, I'm sure it'll have some small callbacks to it, but it's meant to be the next proper sequel and not the cash-ins, but they were enjoyable cash-ins of the previous ones. They laid the skeleton with Assassin's Creed 2, and then the other teams built on that. They did say there will be thank God, no tower defense in this one. Yes! And I would assume no bombs. That would be nice, too. Shit.
I still haven't played the new one, so...
They use bombs in tower defense. It's horrible.
I gathered that. Thank you.
Is there a release date for this one?
Yeah, I believe October 30th is what they announced.
Holy crap.
So I should play Assassin's Creed 2 before that.
I would, unless you want to be one of those idiots that's like, should I play this? I never played the others. That always keeps...
I played the first one.
Yeah, you should play the second one. It's a good game. It's a little too Facebooky for me, but...
Facebooky.
Facebooky. It's like geared toward casual players. It's like, you want to buy this business? It'll earn money. Come back in 20 minutes and collect it.
Oh, I thought you meant you post funny pictures and wait for comments. All right.
No, see, not very many people do that on Facebook. They're too busy talking about their bastard children.
Fantastic. Social commentary. Exactly what you come to the Games Only podcast for.
So, I hope you all enjoyed the show.
What? Didn't something else... BioShock Infinite, didn't they just set the release date in October or something?
I honestly have not been paying attention to BioShock Infinite. I was too caught up in the sexual harassment talk.
That we will not talk about.
Okay, great.
Right. Hey, HP, do you think girls are allowed to play games?
Do I think girls are allowed to play games?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Since I don't think you've been keeping up on this, let me ask you a question, HP.
Sounds good.
If you were playing at a tournament And somebody else who was there, who was supposed to be your coach, was like, I wonder how big your dick is. Would you call that sexual harassment?
I wonder how...
Saying that everything's sponsored
and beard.
Wait, I have a beard or they have a beard?
No, forget the beard. Look, all right. You're playing and you have a coach who's supposed to help you out. In fact, let's just put this in a realm that you can understand. Say you're at an NFL training camp learning how to pass footballs. And the coach asks you, I wonder how big your dick is. Is that harassment?
No, that just makes sense.
Please be serious.
Well, in all honesty, the NFL is a meat market. Like, if you've paid attention to the combine, they make these guys, like, strip down. And then they take multiple pictures of these mostly naked dudes, basically to say, this guy looks like he's strong.
Okay, HP, out of the context of the NFL, any sporting event or anything you're good at, somebody walks up and says...
So if I'm doing...
I bet you have an 8-inch
You're at a chess tournament. You're playing chess, and your coach says, I wonder if you have a big dick.
I would say I don't, and then just keep going. Like,
the show's over.
Would you? I told you not to bring it up.
I just thought that HP could act like an adult, but apparently he's
that's
non-adult.
Literally going to be my response, and I just don't care. Like, who gives a shit? So what happened? What
does that sound like sexual harassment though?
Not really.
Say that you guys are under contract, sponsored, and all that, and it makes you feel doesn't make you feel a little uncomfortable if he starts smelling you, shit like that.
The smelling's different.
And if you keep saying you're going to get smelled,
smelling and followed by the dick comment would probably.
And say he's also filming it and focusing in on your supple legs.
I do have supple legs.
I don't care if you have supple legs.
Well, the camera loves my legs.
He's just letting all the ladies out there know that
That's
he
true.
has supple legs.
Yeah, I could see how that would be that could make someone uncomfortable.
Let's just pretend that this is a very important chess tournament that's being televised to many people, and he's doing this on camera.
You really need to just drop the hypotheticals, dude.
That would be
Explain
inappropriate.
to him what happened.
You explain. I'm out.
HP's
ruined my will to argue.
You're welcome.
Why are you going to argue with him? He doesn't know anything.
We weren't arguing until he started talking about...
nothing.
Do you know how the NFL Combine works? They take photos of naked men and say, he's got nice teeth.
That's true. That's literally what happens.
All right, so someone got harassed at a fighting game thing, and I wanted to know if you thought that was harassment. That's all.
Well, if they got harassed, then it was harassment.
That's
my take on it.
All right. Well, that's good enough. You know what? We don't need to spend any more time on this.
I love you, Sonny. Why are you so upset?
Because you're upsetting me on purpose and it's working, and I'm upset that that's working.
And he's all out of pizza.
You're welcome.
Son of a bitch.
You're my favorite.
That's been the show.
Oh, man. I want to thank my co-hosts, the fabulous, supple-legged Sunflower 4000.
Strangle you.
So smooth.
And the large-dicked Dr. Gumar.
That's me! Hi! Bye!
I am a chess-playing motherfucker.
The supple dick.
HP 17. Supple-dicked. Man, I'm sorry that somebody got sexually harassed. That's not funny at all.
It really depends on what your definition is, but whatever.
It was uncalled for, but it wasn't like he stuck his penis in her vagina.
Look, it shouldn't have even been a situation. Like, it shouldn't have even happened.
Yep.
If you're a coach for a little league team and you say that boy's ass is juicy and you zoom in on it, I wouldn't expect to be a coach for much longer.
Right. Yeah, that seems inappropriate.
All right. I think everybody in the whole world agrees with us.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. Glad we had an argument over something we can all agree on.
You had to bring up, did you know how the Combine works? I was just trying to put it in terms you'd understand, bro.
You brought up the NFL, so that's how the Combine works.
He was more talking about two-hand touch football, not like
man.
tackle football, you know?
Yeah, it's a flag football.
Like get in the backyard.
Would be inappropriate in flag football. for sure.
All right, so can we make an agreement next week not to talk about Mass Effect at all because everyone's going to be in Mass Effect overload?
I'm going to be playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and I will.
So will I.
That's a lie. I'll probably play Mass Effect, but I'm going to try to play more Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
We should talk about Mass Effect when we're done.
I'm going to play it with Sonny because he actually had fun playing fighting games with me.
I'll beat the shit out of you. It's not even going to be a contest.
Team Pogo is going to rape your butthole.
You guys are so...
What you think about that? Shut up, you. What do you think about that?
He's turned Jam on us.
Quiet. It is my turn to talk. I love you, Jam.
Raise your hand.
We're dicking around far too much. This show is over.
Well, it was... I already ended the show.
Oh, so I can just cut it wherever?
Kisses.
Sure.
Probably going to cut it right here.
Sexual harassment.
Supple legs.
Good night, everybody.
Supple dick.
Good night. Love you, people.
Adios.
This has not been one of our greatest shows.
Is really tough, but it's a beautiful day, so good luck. Daytona, let's go away. Daytona, Daytona, let's go away. Daytona, out there on the way. Yes, we're on the way, but it's a beautiful day here. You fought and went behind.